Welcome to the Explainer, guys. Honestly, I'm super thrilled you're here because today we're going to completely flip the script on how you look at that simple little jar just sitting there in your bathroom cabinet. Yep, we're doing a full breakdown on how a remarkably cheap, everyday household item, petroleum jelly, is actually a massive secret grooming weapon for men. If you're looking to level up, look more attractive, sharp, and confident without blowing your budget, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Is petroleum jelly really just for chapped lips in the dead of winter? I want to immediately challenge this huge misconception. Most guys think this little jar is just some basic winter necessity you dig out from the back of the drawer when the temperature drops. But no, if you know how to use it smartly, it completely transcends the winter season. It's literally an all-year-round tool that makes your face glow, keeps you looking incredibly fresh, and completely elevates your overall vibe. So here's the game plan for today's explainer. First, we'll talk about the secret grooming weapon itself. Second, getting that fresh face, focusing specifically on lips and eyes. Third, sharp details and a natural glow. Fourth, how to make your perfume actually last. And definitely stick around for number 5, our bonus on full body repair. All right, hitting section 1, the secret grooming weapon. Let's talk about absolute grooming efficiency. The grooming industry really wants you to believe that to have a clean, attractive, confident look, you absolutely have to buy this massive arsenal of expensive serums and super fancy creams. But honestly, the truth is, you don't need a huge budget at all. What you actually need is strategy. One incredibly affordable jar of petroleum jelly can literally replace a bunch of those high-end products if you just know the right techniques. It's all about leveling up your appearance and your confidence with maximum efficiency. Moving right along to section 2, fresh face, lips, and eyes. Because let's be real, this is where every single first impression is made, right? Whether you're walking into the gym, sitting in a college lecture, or just chatting someone up.
Think about it. Your lips are the absolute focal point of your face. If they're dry, cracked, or have that weird white flaky look going on, it instantly kills your entire fresh vibe. It really doesn't matter how great your hair looks or how nice your fit is. Dry lips just make your whole personality seem dull. Now, applying a thin layer of petroleum jelly overnight is a solid baseline habit, for sure, because it naturally locks in moisture while you sleep. But if you want a much faster, way more impressive result, there's this incredible trick you absolutely need to know.
This trick is a literal lifesaver, especially when the weather outside is just brutal. You just take a little bit of petroleum jelly and mix it with a touch of coconut oil. Then, grab a soft toothbrush, make sure it's soft-bristled, guys, that's crucial, and very gently rub this mixture onto your lips for just like 10 to 15 seconds. What this does is actually brilliant. It physically buffs away the dead skin and immediately boosts blood circulation right to the surface. The result? Your lips end up looking naturally pink, super healthy, and incredibly soft, without buying any fancy, overpriced lip scrubs. Instant, clean, confident vibe. Okay, now let's talk about the eyes. The very first place fatigue and stress show up on a guy's face is right under the eyes. Whether you've been up all night binging Netflix or pulling a late-night study session, that dullness, dryness, and dark circling completely ruins your freshness. But here's the cheat code. Right before bed, just take a tiny, tiny bit of jelly on your fingertip and gently dab a very thin layer under your eyes. It creates this powerful moisture barrier that locks in your skin's natural oils and completely blocks out dryness. Do this for just a few days and watch that darkness fade. The skin softens up and you go from looking dull and exhausted to totally hydrated, bright, and wide awake. All right, into section 3, sharp details and natural glow. Now that the base of your face is looking super fresh, we need to shift our focus to pro-tier detailing. This is the stuff most guys completely ignore, but trust me, it makes a massive, massive difference in how sharp you look. See, a clean face really only looks complete when the eyebrows and eyelashes are properly sorted out. These little details give your face a sharp, really crisp, masculine edge. So take a tiny, and I mean tiny, amount of jelly on your fingertip, or maybe a small brush, and lightly run it over your eyebrows and eyelashes. First off, it acts kind of like a subtle styling gel, keeping your brows right in shape and locking down any of those random, crazy stray hairs. Secondly, it adds this incredibly healthy, polished shine that just makes you look totally put together. Plus, over time, your brows actually become way more manageable, and your eyelashes will even feel thicker and healthier. And this actually brilliantly illustrates our next point. Have you ever noticed how some guys just seem to have a face that naturally glows on camera or under harsh room lighting? Let me tell you a secret. It's not because they're using expensive makeup or high-end highlighters, not at all. They are using a really simple hack. You can actually use petroleum jelly as a completely natural highlighter. You just take a tiny little dab and lightly tap it onto your cheekbones and right down the bridge of your nose. It acts almost like a mirror, catching and reflecting the light to give you this very subtle, non-oily glow. It literally just makes your skin look deeply naturally hydrated. This is an absolute game changer for those incredibly dull winter mornings or, at the end of a really long college day when your face just needs an instant hit of freshness. It gives you this clean, healthy, vibrant vibe without looking fake in the slightest. Moving into section 4, make your perfume last. We're talking all-day fragrance here. We've spent a lot of time on visible grooming, but what about the invisible stuff? The invisible element of attraction. Because honestly, there is literally nothing more frustrating than spraying on your favorite cologne or body spray, feeling great, only to have it completely vanish just a couple of hours later. Fragrance is huge. It's what people remember you by. It leaves a serious lasting impression. Well, we've got a hack that totally bridges the gap between a cheap fading body spray and a premium all-day fragrance experience. So let's break down the science of why scents fade in the first place. Perfumes evaporate super fast on dry skin, but when you apply petroleum jelly first, you create what's called a moisture base. Think of it kind of like a magnet or an anchor for your cologne. It's this hydrated layer on top of the skin that physically traps those fragrance molecules. So instead of just burning off into the air immediately, the jelly actually slows down their evaporation. That means the scent gets released gradually, little by little, over the entire day. Here is exactly how you pull this off. First, just apply a small dab of jelly right to your pulse points. So we're talking the inside of your wrists and the sides of your neck. Then you take your perfume, or even just your totally normal everyday body spray, and spray it directly onto those exact spots. Because of that moisture base, even a basic, cheap body spray is going to smell premium and last twice as long. This basically guarantees you're maintaining that clean, masculine aura from the absolute minute you leave for the gym all the way through your evening date. And finally, section 5, our bonus on full body repair. Time for the ultimate overnight fix. Now, consider this some older brother advice. This jelly is absolutely not just for your face and neck. If you're still thinking this stuff is just a basic lip balm, you need to prepare to be shocked. Petroleum jelly acts as a totally heavy-duty, full-body overnight repair cream. Seriously. Right before you go to sleep, I want you to target these specific areas. Rub a little onto your dry elbows, your cracked heels, and those rough knees. Massage just a tiny bit into your cuticles, nails. And hey, if your face is feeling extra dry, dab a little on the corners of your nose. While you're completely knocked out sleeping, it goes to work repairing your skin barrier. You are going to wake up with incredibly soft, deeply hydrated skin and nails, and you'll literally never have to buy one of those expensive specialty body butters ever again. I actually love this quote derived directly from our source material for this explainer. Small step, strong impact. And honestly, that right there is the core philosophy of everything we've just talked about. You don't need some complex 50-step morning routine. You really just need a single, super versatile product and the actual knowledge of how to apply it strategically. It's all about maximum efficiency for a clean, really sharp look all year round. So I'm going to leave you with a bit of a provocative question to think about. Which of these smart grooming hacks are you actually going to add to your daily routine tonight? Is it going to be the overnight lip repair, maybe the natural highlighter trick? Or are you going to try that hack to make your cologne last all day? Looking fresh, attractive, and deeply confident is entirely within your reach, and as we've just seen, it absolutely doesn't require a massive budget. Pick just 1 or 2 of these hacks, try them tonight, and just see the difference for yourself tomorrow morning. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.